Next one we're going to talk about, my apologies if I butchered this name whatsoever, but it's Gadzhimurad Antigulov versus Maxim Grishin.
Yeah, so Gadzhimurad Antigulov, I like him as a overall fighter, fights out of American top team, so we know he comes from a good camp. To be honest, like 2 and 3 UFC fighter. Someone that's primarily a grappler. He can get gas towards the later rounds. He's got a bit of weight on him, right? So we know what he's bringing to the table in terms of, say, the first 2 to 3 minutes. And that's what I like about Maxim Grishin. Now, I saw him fight Marcin Tybura, and really, truly, yes. Like, the guy is
We saw Tybura dominate this past weekend.
Dominate Big Ben. And remember what I told you? With this guy, it's like, unless Big Ben's an underdog.
Get nods? Yeah.
It's like he knows in his head. He knows in his head, like, oh, no one thinks I'm going to win? Well, watch what I do. He's that kind of guy. And so at the end of the day, the way I saw the Maxim Grishin fight play out for him against Tybura was, you're moving up to face a very, very real heavyweight, and it showed. Whereas in this case, now
he's back in his comfort zone, right? Back into light heavyweight.
Great size for a light heavyweight, though. Absolutely shredded. Good size, good speed. I think that's what's going to be really coming into play here. I mean, even if this goes to the ground within the first few minutes, I think he has the ability to kind of get himself out of there. We've seen it against maybe not so many skilled grapplers and wrestlers like our boy Antigulov, but I think in this case, defending enough to make sure that this fight goes past the first round and to tell yourself that's all I have to do to potentially get a win here. Is a very good game plan to at least play it round by round and keeping your eye on and getting those legs away from him, all those types of things. I think he has the capability. So when I'm looking at the odds, I don't think that the Russian aspect, the American top team aspect, the experience aspect is going to play enough into Antigulov's favor. And I think you might even see Maxim Grishin here come in as a favorite. Maybe a minus 150, minus 130 favorite. I'm leaning.
So to be honest, I mean, it sounds like Vegas has very much a similar approach to this fight that you did in terms of how it can be dominated, because the odds are, closer to minus 400 for Maxim. They do believe, it's a matter of withstanding that first couple of minutes, and then it should be continued domination. So, and
it's funny because when I throw a nod like that, that's clearly I was very easily accepting the odds there, and I think I wanted to take Maxim so badly.
You're hoping for a little.
I'm throwing something where I know it's going to be a 200-300, but at the same time you're like, hey, give me this American top team UFC like edge on this guy. Nah, nobody believes it. It's not going to happen. So move on from that one, right? But
we might be then looking at a Maxim and Sade parlay, right?
I also love the finish here. Let's not even talk about finish, but let's go with under. I just think that if he loses the fight, he's going to lose it early, and it's going to probably be to a grappling finish. If it's going later, I mean, I could see Antigulov getting totally beat up
tired,
by the third round.
He's not showing much, right?
Yeah, these are the kind of guys that get kind of tapped out of pure exhaustion, because if a guy who's able to come at you in the third round for the last 2-3 minutes and just pound your face in, and you're barely able to keep your hands up, I mean,
the ref's going to stop it regardless.
Yeah, you're not out. You're just out of breath.
No, you're not showing anything. You're not showing anything to continue the fight.
Exactly. So. That's the way I feel about that one, and I think there's a lot of value to kind of dig deep as the week plays out.
Absolutely. So keep it locked for that one.